What does the fireman switch actually shut off in a pool heater?
So what happens is you have, most heaters today have high voltage and low voltage. Now a fireman switch is probably in the low voltage system. It probably is a millivolt system, an older heater. And what that does is a fireman switch is mounted on a timer. So you have a time clock that controls the pump and how long the pump is going to run. And 20 minutes before the pump is set to shut off, as the dial turns, it opens a separate little switch called a fireman switch. And what that does is that breaks a low voltage connection that feeds to the heater. And when it opens that circuit, it tells the heater to go off. And the reason it does that is that the heater shuts off, the pump still runs for 20 minutes to cool the inside of the heater down. So that's what that fireman switch is for, is just to make sure. Now, it's to make sure that the heater cools off. If that wasn't there and the time clock turned and the pump shut off and the heater was running, the heater will shut off because the pressure switch will open and cause it to shut off. But now you have this internal temperature of 800 degrees or 600 degrees, whatever the number is inside the heater. All of a sudden that stagnant water sitting in there, and that stagnant water is going to absorb that heat and start to boil. And when that boils, it's going to back up into the plumbing, it's going to melt fittings, it's going to cause weaknesses, it's going to cause all types of things. So the fireman switch is simply a safety measure that shuts the heater off 20 minutes before it shuts the pump off. And that way the cooler water can run through that heater core and cool it off for 20 minutes before the pump ultimately shuts off.